Hello, and welcome back. Welcome back, everybody, to tonight's fantastic dinosaur action after, my goodness, almost a week. It feels, honestly, like a month, but Explore Arena, best of 3, ranked as it always is, made some pretty fantastic changes, and if you are new, just wait a second. You might not be new, but by chance, you're going to see some fantastic Stampede Dinosaurs action. The list, as always, in the description. While I resize myself the Discord, which even though I wasn't doing this, chatting on the Discord basically every day about dinosaur stuff, usually. Doesn't always have to be that, but I had to get myself pretty big there. Okay, and I'm just glad I remembered to use the avatar there, like everybody had suggested, and it worked out, I think, pretty much perfectly. I was a little bit worried with the face swapping being a cartoon and whatnot, and a primer as well. If you are new and you're wondering how this all works more in depth, the video, link to that in the description. Everything's in the description. But oh look, Commune with Dinosaurs returning tonight. Start off at the beginning here. It's a fantastic dinosaur card that, well, you would only use it in a dinosaur deck, but some dino decks it might not make sense. You're using Bone Crusher Giant, Llanowar Elves, that sort of thing. There's going to be a lot of non-hits for Commune because you can only grab a dinosaur and a land, or a land, and a land. That would actually be quite broken. I would never have ever cut this. I would never think about cutting it if that was the case, but basically we're guaranteed to hit. There's 28 dinos, yes, 28 plus the lands at 20. Gonna grab something. If I don't have a sunken already, maybe if I have one, I want to grab another one. Prepare for Castle Garenbrig with 2 sunkens, one at least chosen as green. We get to make the 2 green for castle. 2 sunkens plus castle equals 6 mana for creatures or their activated abilities. 3 lands, 6 mana, lovely. Sprinkle in a few more, good to go. So Commune, help with that. If you see 1 sunken, you want to see 2, because then that's just going to unlock the explosive potential. If you see Commune late game, as it often is, I have 1 or 2 extra, but I'm playing one big thing. I can't normally make use out of that extra 1 or 2, so maybe I don't have one yet. Commune for 1 green digs, and I'm able to still make 7, possibly 8 for Ghalta here, but there was a couple games today where I paid 1 green, Commune with Dinosaurs, boom. I grabbed Vaultborn and played it, drew a card, stabilized. That was against mono black mid-range. Very, very nasty stuff with that unstoppable slasher. Seems to be the card we've been talking about the most on the Discord there, and facing the most. Painful stuff. Otherwise, nothing too fancy. I trimmed 1 Tranquil Frillback. Sometimes I just don't need it. I don't really want it. I want something maybe a little bit bigger, so we'll see. I might move it into the sideboard. I have to say, though, Commune with Dinosaurs now can grab my artifact or enchantment hate, or my graveyard hate, because Frillback being a dinosaur, boom, Commune, grab it. I would need a total of 5 just to be able to play it and have an extra green, plus the 1 green that was used for Commune, so we'll see, but yeah, I didn't feel like all 4 copies, Commune with Dinosaurs, digging for that, or naturally seeing it. I felt like I wanted to dust off the OG Ghalta Primal Hunger. Even if you have multiples, that's fine. If you have a Vaultborn out, if you have enough total power, you play the first Ghalta for 2 green, boom, it enters, you gain 3 life, and you draw a card with Vaultborn. You're cycling. It's better than cycling, really, with multiple Ghaltas, and really just extra triggers with Ghalta Stampede Tyrant, putting multiple Ghalta Primal Hungers on the battlefield. You draw a bit more, you gain a bit more, and you get to keep at least one of them if you, for some reason, have 3 in your hand, or 4. Yeah, but at least 1, could be good. Maybe a little bit better to have this specific spot, something that helps in some sort of matchup, a Tranquil Frillback or that sort of thing. You get the idea. Otherwise, Pyroclasm also. Thinking of maybe using that art maybe tomorrow. We'll see. But 1 in a red. Recently got this from Duskmourn. Very, very exciting stuff. I haven't really used it too much before, but it's pretty straightforward. Pyroclasm deals 2 damage to each creature. So if there's some very fast, super explosive aggro deck that we face tonight, we bring this in. Lovely. Lovely. Hopefully that buys us enough time. I would imagine that's going to be the case. At the very least, it clears out all the tiny little things, which is going to be nice. Keep them at bay, possibly bring in the Hornet Queen as well. That is, you know, one of the best to help against the mono black demons deck. Ooh, it's not so scary when you have this. This is more scary for them. And Altenac as well, 4 copies, because, well, I want 4 copies. There you go. Facing off against a lot of stuff with land destruction, I must say. So having Altenac's ability there to discard it, return a land from the graveyard to the battlefield tapped, get him to burn that Field of Ruin, and then get Castle Garenbrig back. If they can see Castle Garenbrig, usually they're probably going to wait to use that Field of Ruin. At the very least, getting 1 activation with this, and then maybe bringing it back with Altenac would be quite nice indeed. But we'll get started right away. Well, maybe go for an hour and a half. We'll see. We'll see. Hopefully everybody's week has been going good. As good as possible. Perhaps if it hasn't been going good, you're going to have a good time here. I'm drinking a Black Bear Pods. It was in a regular bag of coffee. I got a box of coffee and I thought it was all grounds, and I looked closer and oh, okay. Good stuff. Blapa, how's it going? Hopefully all is well with you. Oh, all would not be well with me if I kept that hand, that's for sure. Oh my, it's going downhill. Ooh. Had to happen. Happens to everybody, that's for sure. Eventually. Once the opponent figures out if they want to keep. Maybe it's on the verge, the cusp. I would try it if Cavern of Souls was a source of green, and then it would be a little bit closer to Archdruid's Charm, but that's still... No. That's also bad. Hey, I've come back from worse. I gotta say, come back from worse. Sheltered Thicket? I say we do Sheltered Thicket. We'll hope they don't have Thoughtseize, cross your fingers. If we can go off with Sylvan Scrying, we might be okay. We would only need to draw 1 more land after that, and, well, then we'd be making 6. It's not the worst thing in the world. It seems we're facing off against Azorius Control. It would be pretty cool to win, but, well, you never know. Hopefully there isn't a Field of Ruin. Oh, look. Folks. How many times did I mulligan? I'm about to make 6. The opponent... If the opponent uses Field of Ruin, probably take out Castle Garenbrig there. Oh, look. Oh, Sunken Citadel. Good. Do it. You know you want to. Take out Castle Garenbrig. Come on. Oh, no, they don't. They might take out Stomping Ground, but look, all of a sudden, what has happened? I don't think they're going to take out Sunken. 100%. It's got to be Castle. This is one of the best starts ever. Oh my goodness. They think they have a chance. Most people would think they have a chance. But yeah, leave that mana untapped next turn, buddy. You think you're going to counter what I'm going to drop? That's not happening. Yeah, you just have to mulligan until you get a good mixture of stuff. Oh, they have to discard. Pretty good. And I just drew my 3rd Castle Garenbrig, so we will be able to make 8 likely next turn. They can't stop this, they can't kill it, they can't counter it, they can't target it this turn. They're going to be hit for at least 8. They might sweep next turn, but then we're laughing. We're able to play anything in the deck other than Ghalta Primal Hunger, because if Tyrranax Rex is gone, then we don't have that reduction, unfortunately. This is pretty much one of the best recoveries I've had. Sweet me. There's a very good chance I'm going to draw something I can play coming up. Or they just quit. Gotta be a sweeper. Supreme Verdict, maybe. If they don't have Supreme Verdict, they gotta flash in the Wandering Emperor. And then wait until they untap again to have 4 to pay for the Ward 4 of Tyrranax Rex. I could see... Oh, whoa. I'm going to wait and see if they flash in the Wandering Emperor, settle the wreckage, something. I want to be able to resolve Vaultborn Tyrant a little bit easier. Just in case. Test the waters. They would likely counter Vaultborn and then maybe sweep Tyrranax Rex next turn. We'll wait. Wait and see. Oh, look. Okay. Now, it could have been better to play Vaultborn. They wouldn't have had the mana to exile T-Rex. I mean, they're tapped out either way. Couldn't be resolving it, but then if Vaultborn Tyrant was untapped and had been under my control since the beginning of the turn, I would have been able to attack, so we'll see. We'll see. At least I got some life. Oh, Commune with Dinosaurs. Well, you know we're going to be going with that. I like a Palani's Hatcher. They see something they can counter, so I would imagine they're probably going to hold up mana for that. But I got through a lot of stuff that I don't really want. I got through a Commune, a Palani, Sylvan, and Sunken. I don't need Sylvan. I don't need Sunken at this point. I'm making boatloads of mana. Palani's, nah. Cavern of Souls would have been good to protect against the counter spells, but now they're caught between a rock and a hard place. They see what's in hand, but they have to do something to Vaultborn. Otherwise they would die. The fish token made by Fountain Port here does a lot of stuff. The fish would not save them, because the Vaultborn Tyrant has trampled there. Huh. A lot to think about. Hopefully it's not exile based. Oh wow, that's pretty good. They exiled a March of Otherworldly Light, Get Lost, and Dovin's Veto. That was like a 4 for 1. Nuts, crazy. But I do believe we should get them right here. I think they'll have a counter spell now. Play Tranquil Frillback. It's okay. That's alright. I'll at least try for this. I'm playing it just because I do have an extra green, so would I want to gain 4 life? Might as well get rid of their graveyard. I don't believe they could get anything back, but well, you never know. Where's another Tyrranax Rex when you need it? Okay, Sylvan Scrying, not exactly what we're looking for, but we're going to grab a land that we could cycle, commercial district, something like that. I don't have a commercial district at the moment. And testing it out again, Sheltered Thicket versus that. This you can cycle, draw a card, find something good that turn. They're both pretty good, mostly because they're forest type land. I don't need the Sunken. Well, we'll get something that isn't a land eventually. Now the question becomes, would they have another Wandering Emperor? We'll find out. Would they double block with the fish from Fountain Port plus the Samurai? I'm curious. Okay. Well, maybe they wouldn't have used it if we hadn't attacked and held it back. I have to imagine they probably would have done so at the end of our turn anyways. I mean, there's a reasonable chance we just get Tyrranax Rex and then they don't have something. Anything. They only have 1 card left. It's nice that they don't have Teferi, but, you know, at the moment you have to imagine something good and something big is coming up. I've only seen 1 T-Rex and 1 Vaultborn so far. And we're almost a third of the way through the deck. We're not dead yet. Field of Ruin doesn't do a whole lot. We're preserving Cavern of Souls, which Field of Ruin would have 100% taken it out if I had played it there. But fortunately, because I saved it, I at least get to resolve Regisaur. Then Field of Ruin is going to probably get rid of it. We can't attack with the Dinosaur token, but at least we have some bodies to perhaps buy a bit of time here. I'll be doing something with Fountain Port. It is a pretty fantastic land. I've used it, well, I tried it a little bit in the past, but it didn't quite sit right with me. Usually, that's how it goes. I learned pretty quick. I spam as many games, as many matches as possible with a new card, and it either sits right or it doesn't. First Strike on the Samurai I don't like quite so much, but I'd rather save myself from taking 5 this turn. We still have Regisaur giving haste to Ghalta. Now, will they have removal? Probably. Will we see a Get Lost on Regisaur right here? Will they have another Wandering Emperor? That is the question. I say we find out. Hopefully not, but Get Lost is not too bad. Those map tokens, nice to pop on Regisaur Alpha, get through some lands that might be on the top, and or see if their destruction is at hand. I mean, I do like Archdruid's Charm. Do I have enough to search for and play whatever I grabbed? I do. I like that. Let's go with that. Certainly could be a whole lot worse underneath. They see the Archdruids. Hopefully they don't have a counter spell. Cross my fingers. I think there's a pretty good chance of that happening, though. Oh, maybe they don't. Imagine if they had a counter spell, they might have just made more fish. The Field of Ruin was kind of looking at Sunken Citadel there. Okay, good. It's pretty straightforward. Oh, and Archdruids being on top shuffled off the top, so it's not on top anymore, but that could have sealed their fate. There is a reasonable chance now that as the deck was shuffled, Tyrranax Rex is on top, a main phase Memory Deluge. That could be, well, not really spelling doom for them. But we could get Tyrranax Rex, and now they don't have enough mana to stop it. Oh, Teferi bouncing Regisaur. Okay, so this is good. This is very good. If they attack with the fish, okay. If we top deck T-Rex, they die. Hopefully. Well, they're still tapped out. I like the looks of this. Gain some life, have a blocker, play another Cavern of Souls. Let's go. Let's dance. Okay. Hopefully they don't have another March of Otherworldly Light, but find out. This is why I used multiple Cavern of Souls for a while. I was not doing that. But then Azorius Control has gained in popularity, so I brought some more in. I think it's 3. Might be 2. They probably want to get rid of Vaultborn, but they can't. I'm certainly going to block. Do I want to do that? You know what? Let's do that. Stop myself taking 7. Gain some life, draw a card. See what happens. And hope they don't have just artifact destruction, because Vaultborn Tyrant is now an artifact token, unfortunately. Ooh, a double. A double up. I like this. Yeah, I hope they probably have some sort of removal. They got 4. Oh, they don't. Well, they don't have any removal in their hand. Okay. Oh, and a Ghalta as well. This is tempting. Draw out a counter spell. No, with the other Regisaur. Ghalta could have finished them, but something will probably happen. right here. If I had 2 Cavern of Souls, I certainly would have tried for Ghalta, but I only have 1. Ah, I see. There it is. Of course, there's a reasonable chance they could have drawn another counter spell, but we got one burnt. Could be okay. At the very least, as long as they don't get another Field of Ruin, it could be pretty deadly next turn. Dropping Ghalta, they won't be able to counter it. They think they're safe. They have another 3 steps ahead, but I am 4 steps ahead, perhaps. Ooh, portable hole on the dinosaur token. Oh. Nuts, man. Darn. We'll take the 7 from this, 8 from the samurai, I think. But they have to be a little bit scared. They have certainly enough mana for Memory Deluge. If they don't do anything, I could see that happening at the end of our next turn. Yeah, it's not too bad. 8. Maintain Regisaur Alpha, just in case. Maybe they don't have removal. You never know. I could be on track to kill him, but I don't expect that's happening. Could be a sweeper right now. I think it's a very real possibility. Okay, okay. Ooh, Carnage Tyrant as well. This could be it, depending if we hit a Palani's Hatcher or a Regisaur Alpha off of the 1 trigger from Vaultborn. We get that 1 trigger, and then the card that we draw, if it is a creature, we would also get to put it onto the battlefield because Ghalta Stampede Tyrant's ability hasn't resolved quite yet. Then I would imagine we're getting Carnage Tyrant. Ooh, I like an Archdruid's Charm, which I can also use. So this is going to be extra interesting. I like this. Would they have Settle the Wreckage? That's the question. I think they could, but it's game 1, so I'm gonna take my chances. If they try for Settle, I'll try and take out the Samurai. We'll see. Tuara. Okay. Not quite it. Oh boy. They got 6 left. What's it gonna be? I got the clip ready. Oh, Wandering Emperor. Okay. So you want to get rid of Ghalta, do you? I would imagine they have a counter spell. Probably. For 2, but if they don't, we'll get them. I want to target Carnage Tyrant. If they have removal, maybe they would get rid of Ghalta first, and then the damage wouldn't go through, but we'll see. Okay. Okay, understandable. Not dead yet. Oh boy. I just wish Regisaur Alpha had Trample. That would have been nice. I'm making the Azorius Control opponent work for it. That's for sure. Of course, they will make a fish at some point. There's the fish. Even if I did get T-Rex, things would not be over. A Vaultborn Tyrant would be nice, though. Yeah. Tranquil Frillback, it's not terrible. We have another blocker. I can exile their graveyard, gain a bit of life. Buy ourselves a little bit of time here, but that darn Samurai it's just gotten too big. Out of control, unfortunately. Could almost, we could play whatever Vaultborn draws pretty much at this point. Could make the difference. Play Vaultborn, draw Regisaur, something like that. It could happen. Definitely. Definitely. Might as well get rid of portable hole. That's the only thing. Okay, double checking. Okay. It's not the worst thing in the world. It is just nice to, at the very least, continually have a chump blocker with Tranquil Frillback there. Really, if that samurai wasn't there, we'd be in a much better position, for sure. T-Rex, Vaultborn. Basically, Vaultborn at this point. Archdruid's Charm would be nice, but you got to imagine with the opponent having 5 cards in their hands, they're probably going to have a counter spell. Archdruid's Charm is probably not going off. Even a Commune with Dinosaurs, which, well, I easily have enough to play whatever I grab. But, you know, maybe Commune with Dinosaurs would not seem too scary for some reason to the opponent. I don't think that's going to be the case. It's getting pretty dicey for them. That's for sure. Eventually. We're here to play, that's for sure. The opponent knows that. 10, oh. Only Ghalta really could take it out at this point. Well, you never know. You never know. Vaultborn, good buddy. Let's see it. Okay, well, not too bad. The real saving thing is Cavern of Souls, 100%. I mean, I kind of like Palani's Hatcher. They can make another fish, they can save themselves. If they weren't able to make another fish, there was a slim chance that we would have been able to sneak through a little bit of damage there. But we wait. We use that dinosaur egg to block the samurai next turn. Still not take anything. Maybe we draw another Palani's Hatcher. Something like that. You know? The Vaultborn, like I was mentioning. Which I think I've only seen one. Oh, that's a good march. Yeah, I think it's only been two Vaultborns. Okay, 2 Vaultborns. 2 more left. Now the opponent has less than 15 minutes to kill us. Maybe in some weird world they just time out. That'd be kind of hilarious. They can't sweep. They don't want to lose their samurai. That's what they think is their ticket. I'm pretty sure they're going to counter this. I'm only grabbing a land, so maybe it resolves. You never know. You never know. Okay. Another samurai. That's not the best thing in the world, but again, we're still not dead. I don't know. I've never made an opponent time out before. Portable hole is rough. We do have to block that samurai. We have to draw something good. Something big. Oh, the Restless Anchorage is probably... Okay, yeah, that bounced everything. Okay. Took them long enough. My, oh my. But Altenac, 100%, that's coming in. Tranquil Frillback, out. Don't need that. Don't exactly need Ghalta Primal Hunger, but... Yeah, no, I'll trim it. Alright, we're off to the races. That was pretty crazy stuff. Mulligan 4 times. I kept 3 cards. And I did that with 3. Pretty good. Pretty good. If I can do that with 3, just think if I kept my entire hand. Scary stuff. Very scary stuff. That's probably the best part, and I didn't even win. And I got so close. Wow. Okay. They got to be reasonably shook after that. I don't imagine they've ever had the experience of that particular thing happening. They're like, oh, this is going to be easy. Ooh, I see some green. The opponent mulliganed down to 3. I got this in the bag. Easy win. Not the case. How's it going? Yes. Glad to have you here. I don't know. I annoy Azorius opponents. I get revenge for some of you guys. For sure. Hey, like I say, if all it takes is 3 cards, watch what 5 or 6 do. If I have to mulligan once or twice, but it's pretty good. Pretty good case. Could they have done something differently along the way? It's hard to say. They got to be scratching their head though. They know they just squeaked by. Taking them a long time to figure this out. They're going to be prioritizing Field of Ruin, maybe. They have a little bit of a split. Some Field of Ruin in the main, some in the sideboard, so they'll bring in the whole play set and possibly Demolition Field as well. Could be rough, but Altenac, I'm ready for their land destruction. A lot of people use land destruction nowadays, it seems. Yeah, the opponent took basically the full time for sideboarding there. Ooh. Oh boy. You're probably like, what the heck can I do? Oh. I want to keep that. Kind of. Would they take out Sunken? Maybe. 1 mulligan. Nope. I'd say that's quite a bit better. 2 lands. Neither is a castle or a Sunken, but having 2 Commune with Dinosaurs, very nice indeed. Now, do I want to keep the Carnage? Well, I say we keep it. Hopefully drawing another land next turn. They can't counter Commune, so we use it now, see if it's a Sunken. Oh, no land, unfortunately. That is, well, it's definitely kind of rough. I have to hope they don't counter the Commune right here, but I mean, we're really looking for the 3rd land. Now definitely with Archdruids. Okay, the field. I see. I think this is, well, okay, good. A little bit worrisome. If they take out the shelter that is tapped. Really, when they activate Field of Ruin, if they do at any point, I would be able to make 3 for a brief second. Okay, so they still can't. Oh, the castle. You know what that's going to draw out? Very good. I'm pretty sure that... Gee, I wonder what they're going to do. Now, I could go with Archdruids, but I would expect that they're going to use Field of Ruin next turn. They're going to spend some sort of mana. Probably. Would it have been better to take that opportunity to go Archdruids when they were tapped, when they cracked that clue? It's hard to say. Oh, okay. I'll take another and I'll play Carnage Tyrant. There you go. Thumbs up. Now sweep me next turn. They see what I can do. They see 1 Regisaur Alpha, so they know if they sweep, they're being hit. I'm free and clear to go with Archdruid's Charm, which could be nice, but again, I'm really looking for that Cavern of Souls to protect against the counter. Sweep. Do it. That's all you can do. Come on. You know you wanna. Will they wait for more value from the sweeper? That is the question. Do they expect that it's going to be Regisaur next turn? And just Regisaur? No. Oh, look. I bet they have a counter spell. So now, just keep attacking. Just keep doing it. I'm not going to do what they thought I was maybe going to do. Spend your mana. And there it is. There's our opening to get the Cavern of Souls. Hopefully get the win. We'll see. But does the Cavern of Souls now draw out Field of Ruin? That's the question. Do we have to draw it out? think that's a possibility. It's a very real possibility. The opponent can't do Field of Ruin plus a sweeper. They've been hit once by Carnage Tyrant. I don't think they want to be hit a second time. That's my suspicion. Huh. Three, you don't have enough for field. They need 2 plus field. And now, the Vaultborn. There you go. Watch out. Do they have Get Lost? That's the question. Will they go with March of Otherworldly Light? They'd have to exile quite a few things from their hand. And, well, that's also lovely. If they have another Supreme Verdict, it's supremely bad, because Vaultborn would make a copy of itself. Not too much. Not too much, Nichols. I mean, it's not like it would be bad. I have so many dinosaurs. The Orphan Guard, Kahira, the Orphan Guard, caring about dinos, giving them +1/+1 and vigilance, not tapping when they attack. It is nice to, not have yourself be as open as other times, but I've thought about it. Just never really stuck. Some things stick, some things don't. Not for any particular reason, but yeah. I'm not saying Kahira is bad. Definitely Kahira is quite fantastic. That was pretty good from Teferi's part. I think we just we smack him, attack him, maybe watch him concede or something like that. Would it have been better to take out Teferi? Hard to say. I think it's better in this case to just get him in range of being killed by the other T-Rex that I have. Will they sweep? They have to find a sweeper. Wandering Emperor. Okay. Huh. Well, this is interesting. Does their sweeper cost 5 or 6? That is the question. Of course, Nichols, how you mentioned Kahira the Orphan Guard with vigilance. Stuff not tapping. We wouldn't have to worry about the Wandering Emperor exiling a tapped creature. That would actually be quite nice indeed. Could that be it? It could. I think there's a reasonable chance they can only get rid of one T-Rex. Maybe. I got the UFC clip ready. Quit. Concede. You know you wanna. Do it. Oh boy. The main phase memory deluge.
Bazinga!
There you go. You die. What you gonna do for 4? Now let's not get to... Yeah. Ooh, it was sweet. It hasn't been 40 minutes. How long was the intro? It's been only one match. Okay, well, this is a good match to come back to from a break. Yeah. Huh. Well, we'll just we'll keep it as is. Thumbs up. Pretty proud of that. Should make another coffee. They're in for a doozy, that's for sure. They took the entire 2+ minutes to sideboard, and then it didn't even help. Man, all right. That's crazy. The opponent has less than 9 minutes to play the game. I like this, I think. They're going to have 2 on turn 2, possibly for Sylvan Scrying, which they would counter. I like to risk it. There's a good chance we get the 3rd land by turn 3 for Archdruids, even if Sylvan Scrying is... Oh my, well, we got We got the third land. Now the question becomes, just try it. Well, we'll go with Sunken. We'll try the Commune, see if that draws out the counter spell. Archdruid's next turn, possibly. It's okay. It's okay. Get it burnt. Get it burnt. Sunken Citadel had to enter at some point. Would they have another one? Well, we'll find out. It's about burning it on everything that is not as important as Archdruid's Charm. And again, if they have a Field of Ruin in their hand, they see the castle. They save the field for the castle, but I will get one activation, and I have Carnage Tyrant. I can make 6 next turn. Well, they don't have a field, so that's good. We'll see what sort of response this draws out. Hopefully it's not Ether Gust. Good. Good. Can't counter it. Can't target it. If they sweep next turn, we're mostly free and clear. We could draw land, resolve Vaultborn Tyrant if they're tapped out. But they have to do something pretty expensive to get rid of Carnage Tyrant, and that is really where we want to be. Sweep. Sweep. Do it. Ooh. Oh boy. No sweep. See what Commune gets. It could be a Sunken, something like that. I like a Sheltered Thicket. We might as well. We know we're going to... Well, we can make 7 now, but we're really looking to get that Cavern of Souls. If they Memory Deluge again, they only have 1. We're waiting for an opening to spend that 3. Okay, there we go. Again, they've been hit once by Carnage Tyrant. They probably don't want to be hit a second time, but now we're set up, looking pretty. They either sweep and get rid of Carnage Tyrant, or they Field of Ruin, get rid of Cavern, and Carnage Tyrant sticks around. What is the scarier thing? You gotta ask yourselves. Everything is scary at this point. There's something that is hard to deal with, plus I have 4 things in my hand. I don't know what those are. Oh boy. Oh, T-Rex. I want to start gaining some life, drawing a card. Possibly drawing into Ghalta Stampede Tyrant. If I could do... Oh my goodness, folks. Folks.
Call an ambulance! Call an ambulance! But not for me.
But you can't do this to me.
You know how much I sacrifice?
You have no power here.
Oh boy. Oh man. Nuts. They made a samurai. Oh. I know. Carnage Tyrant turn 4. Can't counter, can't target. What are you going to do? Sweep, leave yourself open on the following turn? Maybe not. Maybe not. Would they have settled the wreckage? We haven't seen a settled wreckage yet. That's always a possibility. You might just see a scoop next turn when we drop the Queen. That would be mean. They have to do something. Supremely bad. We get another Vaultborn, which is lovely stuff. And now they're dead. Dead. Throw it a good game. Because it is that. Oh my. Oh, folks, strap yourselves in. This is exactly what it's all about. 100%, without question, done, no chance, no way they could ever save themselves. It's time for
Ruthless aggression.
Oh, man. I earned that one, that's for sure. I put in the work in game 1 to make game 2 and 3 easier. Well, I'm not going to end it there, but what a way to start. There you go. Could the opponent have done anything different? That is the case. I have mentioned, usually and somewhat recently, I love to face Azorius, and nicely cooked, yes. But the comment was made about the level of opponents, the tier. How would somebody that is, you know, the highest of Mythic, the pro of pros, how would a world champion playing this exact same deck have done things differently? Of course, they would know likely that I'm doing what I'm doing, so they would probably switch it up a bit, but I would know that they know that I know. So I would also have that information and adjust accordingly. The metagame, that would actually be kind of fun, but it goes back to the point. Would it have been any different if randomly it was some world champion Azorius Control player on the other side? I don't know. It's hard to say. A nice friendly debate there. Wow. Cooked is right, man. I'm not going to be able to top that. There has to be at least one more match here. One match in an hour. Nah. Walking claw? Okay. I don't like that, no. Saw? It would be kind of cool just using equipments on dinosaurs. I haven't really done it a whole lot, but just the idea of dinosaurs holding saws and bows and arrows, stuff like that. Pretty amusing. Right, you know what? Gonna make a coffee. Okay, let it brew. Even though it's a Keurig, whatchamacallit, does take a little bit. I do the strong function and, of course, the cup size as big as possible because, well, I like my coffee. But that hand, I think we're facing off against Selesnya Hatebears, I believe it is. I kind of hate this deck. I haven't really faced it much, but they got a lot of things that can stop me. Perhaps this is the algorithm bringing me pain as I dealt towards that Azorius opponent. It could be angels though. Both are not very fun. Oh yeah. Oh boy. As a consolation prize, I'm able to make 7 on turn 4, which is not a terrible thing, and now I can make 8 on turn 5. Thalia. I don't have any more non-creature spells in my hand. Just getting Carnage Tyrant down should be a reasonable thing to help slow things down. Block whoever I need to block. We'll see. Hopefully they spend some of their mana. The whatchamacallit. Probably gonna stop Ghalta, I would imagine. The flying bird plot. Exile Ghalta, plot it to, or collect Aven Interrupter. Oh my goodness. Oh man. Whoever would have guessed that. Hashtag pre-recorded. Of course we're not dead yet. Yeah. Leave Carnage Tyrant maybe. We'll scare away all the aggression from the ground. Could be the case. Okay, now they're done. I hope. Ooh, no, they have 3. Oh no, they're done. They got 2 mana. They don't have enough for another interrupter, so now we're about to interrupt their chances as they just die. Super dead. Done. Yeah. Yeah, that's yeah, I can play Ghalta. I can play. Really? Really? Oh, that's good. I get a bunch of mana left over, which could be Oh, I didn't. That's embarrassing. I could have sworn I clicked Palani's. Oh, okay, never mind. I can still play her. Okay, I redeemed myself. I didn't click Palani's and Regisaur. I figured I had done so. Are they done for? Hard to say. I say we just attack with everything and maybe get them. Makes sense to me. They got 19 trample, 22 trample with that token. Pretty good. Don't have to worry about the jump blocking potential for the most part, because most dinosaurs do have trample. Things like this from the opponent are not super scary. Not as scary as they could be. Boy. Definitely bringing in Hornet Queen, hopefully. But this opponent, well, this particular kind of deck does have a decent amount of flying creatures with the Aven Interrupter there and a couple other things. So the Hornet Queen with a swarm of flying Death Touch insects does kind of save me quite a bit. Trade with all the flying stuff, and at the very least I don't die to that flying aggression from the opponent. Good. Oh, I'm taking out Thalia as well. Almost everything is going. There's not going to be a whole lot left. Don't imagine they can kill us next turn. They're kind of buying time. Voice of Resurgence will be decently big, but keep in mind I still have that dinosaur egg behind. I can chump block. The opponent is the chump blocker they thought, but no. Okay. Odd. I still kill Thalia and all their Llanowar elves. I think that was a misplay from the opponent. I don't know. Maybe they have another... I don't know. They only had to block that Dino token with one thing. It could have just been a Elvish Mystic and the same thing would have happened. They would have stopped themselves from taking that 3 damage. But now they have to have a sweeper, I would imagine. Definitely though. Tranquil Frillback, trimmed, 100%. Tranquil Frillback and Ghalta Primal Hunger, making the 4 spots for the Hornet Queen. Good. That's what we want to see. I know a lot of us are... Well, oftentimes we talk about that Selesnya Hatebears deck on the Discord, and I'm just happy to take him down. Now the question becomes Pyroclasm, as I mentioned. That's probably a good idea. Look at how cheap things are. The Interrupter, even though when it enters it's done its thing, but pretty small. Elves, well, small. Thalia, small. The token that it makes would be big, but would Pyroclasm be more helpful than Hornet Queen? Let's not do that. Hornet Queen it is. We only have to stick one Hornet Queen, and that is really going to buy quite a bit of time. Of course, we might not be sticking much of anything with the Aven Interrupter and Thalia. Just all the stuff that taxes our stuff. We could simply straight up die. If the opponent gets going, they could have multiple Aven Interrupters in their hand, temporarily exile when we try to play it. Temporarily exile. Boom, boom, boom. Continue to buy time until their flying aggression can get the job done. Even if I've landed something, but this hand, pretty good. Definitely very nice, because I would imagine Commune with Dinosaurs is going to dig deep enough to grab that Sunken. We'll wait a turn or two, just in case. I won't play Commune turn 1. I could draw a Sunken turn 2. It could change what I want to grab with Commune. Might as well take the turn off with Stomping Ground there. Oh... Archon of Emeria, well, that's that is a card. Of course, Sunken Citadel always enters the battlefield tapped, so that's not a problem. Castle Garenbrig, Cavern of Souls next turn as well. We'll maintain that forest, and if you reach a critical point, this land will enter the battlefield untapped because it is a basic. Archon of Ameria's ability there. Like I said, Sunken always enters tapped anyways, so it doesn't matter. Which is pretty good, but non-basic lands your opponents control enter tapped. Next turn, be making enough for Carnage Tyrant. Now, what I want to skip over is the question. I say we draw out the Aven Interrupter. If they have it, I suspect it. I smell it. We'll draw it out now. Hopefully they only have one. I'll replay it and hope for the best. But that Archon and the Aven, ooh. Don't have too many more turns. They don't have too much more mana. Just play another Carnage Tyrant. Might as well. Hornet Queen next turn, of course, would be ideal. Hopefully they've spent a little bit of mana, but I don't think that's going to happen. Hornet Queen would certainly save us. Something bad is coming our way. Gotta be. Another Interrupter. Oh boy. That or Collected Company to get an Aven Interrupter. Hopefully they don't. I bet they will. Where there's one, there's a second. Hopefully they just get a bunch of lands or a bunch of mana dorks. Okay, well. Do we die from aggression? No, 6. We might not. This is good. This is good. T-Rex and Carnage could block Enduring Innocence plus Anointed Peacekeeper. We would only take 6. We could almost kill him with trample damage next turn. But again, they could maybe have drawn an Aven Interrupter. They could know what we're about to do. We either die right now or we don't. We do. Okie dokie. Never saw that coming before in my life. Oh. It's how it is. Gotta be very fortunate to stick that Hornet Queen, but I'm still gonna try with that plan. Maintain it. There's some of their creatures that do have 3 toughness, so Pyroclasm doesn't take out everything. An early Pyroclasm, it might just not matter. It would be a later Pyroclasm because they oftentimes don't play stuff until you play stuff. And Pyroclasm could be taxed. That sort of thing. Yeah. Hornet Queen. Being a creature can't be taxed by Thalia, which is quite nice. And Hornet Queen goes along with the idea of the deck as well. It is. It is. But hopefully we're controlling our fate with that hand. Lovely stuff. Sheltered Thicket always enters tapped first land. Okay, mana dork, we're used to that. 100%. Yeah. Another Sunken would be nice. At the very least, we'll be reaching 6 on turn 4, 7 on turn 5. We just have to hope that's probably not fast enough. Gonna have to pay an extra. Oh my goodness, the opponent has done a major goof. A big time goof there, folks. I mean, they might have another elite spellbinder to choose Hornet Queen, but if they don't, I mean, I'm pretty excited that they left the Hornet Queen there, as opposed to Regisaur Alpha. I'm sure they have a Collected Company, Aven Interrupter. You know the drill at this point. You might use this deck. It is very rough, hard to handle sometimes. Oh, I like 2 Hornet Queens. Might as well be another Sunken. Oh boy, Collected Company. Whoever would have guessed? The opponent has 4 mana, and they wait till the end of my turn. What could they possibly be wanting to play? At the very least, I do have another Hornet Queen. If we land it, we're good. I'm just glad that Elite Spellbinder doesn't tax the card completely. If you have multiples in your hand, it's not like you have to pay an extra 2 for... Oh, no, they still have 4. Yeah, okay. Well, if they do the thing with the Hornet Queen, well, we'll see. Where's that Interrupter? Oh, yep, never saw that before in my life. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I don't like that deck. Don't like facing it. Well, as you saw, I would face Azorius Control any day. Any day. That's just, it's garbage, nonsense, but there are a few things that I've used before and maybe some of you guys might be interested to see. Take a bit of a tangent here. I'll drop the first card that maybe we talk about, because that deck is no. There's like nothing you can do. They reach a point and you'll just lose because they tax the spell, temporarily exile, boom. It does feel kind of necessary, but again, they would just... We'll see. I'll think about it. A lot of their stuff is enter the battlefield effects, though. Pyroclasm would take their stuff out, but by that point they've got a benefit of a lot of their things. I don't know. There's something for everybody. Of course, people have fun doing that. Where is it? The good old Torpor Orb. Leave it there for a second. I've used it before, but I'll be right back. Ooh, it's kind of old coffee. The bag was actually opened, but I still like it. I don't know how long the bag of pods was open for, but Torpor Orb does open up a lot of possibilities. You guys, if you're new and you've never seen me talk about it, you're like, this is the dumbest thing in the world. Why would you do this? It hurts your entire deck, basically. Of course it does, but you prepare for this. You hurt the opponent more than they hurt you, and then eventually maybe you just get rid of Torpor Orb, something like that, or you tweak things that don't care about enter the battlefield effects. Pretty much that entire deck is enter the battlefield stuff. Bring in Aven Interrupter. Do I even have a copy? I guess I have to choose white. 1 second. Bear with me. Where is it? There it is. Aven Interrupter. When Aven Interrupter enters, boom, Torpor Orb stops that. They're not exiling it. Fantastic. Torpor Orb being 2 of any color, pretty easy to sneak that down just early enough. And we stop this card, we stop the other stuff. A lot of their stuff cares about entering, doing the thing. Now it doesn't. Yeah. There are a couple things that do turn off enter the battlefield effects. Elish Norn, of course. It would be good if you could get her down early enough, but she costs 5. This deck starts doing stuff and, threatening stuff earlier than this. It would be the best thing, but too costly for me. Torpor Orb, if I really wanted to hate them, which I might. And again, it brings me back to the point of preparing for that. Tranquil Frillback, it couldn't get rid of it. Enters, so it does its thing, but Thrashing Brontodon, that's what I'm getting at. Another dinosaur for Caps Lock is on. No. Don't know how to type tonight, my goodness. No, that's not it. We'll get there. Thrashing Brontodon, that's not an enter the battlefield effect, and it can be activated at instant speed. This just enters, we wait, we destroy the Torpor Orb, maybe at the end of the opponent's turn. Now, keep in mind, Torpor Orb is gone, so then they could do their thing. Something to play around. I'm not particularly sold on just getting rid of the Torpor Orb. I want stuff that, like I mentioned, it doesn't rely so much on enter the battlefield stuff. You just have Carnage Tyrant, some reach, flying Death Touchers. If you can just get rid of the flying aspect of them, because they'll still certainly cast the creatures that they have with flying to just simply get the job done that way. But if those were gone, if you didn't have to worry about them, if you only cared about the stuff on the ground, let's say Carnage Tyrant, boom, you're not doing anything to that. Tyrranax Rex as well. That could be the ticket. Doesn't care about enter the battlefield, doesn't care. Palani's and Regisaur, of course, they enter and they make tokens, but they would give other dinosaurs haste. Now, is that part enough to keep in? Well, you lose that dinosaur token making potential.Maybe. Multiple blockers is pretty nice, especially with Palani's Hatcher, but yeah, the Carnage Tyrant angle, T-Rex, other big stuff. Of course, it doesn't have to be a dinosaur, but Torpor Orb, boom, the deck not doing much. Pretty much get a laugh in its face, which is kind of what I want to do. Yeah. But also just the opponent, if they can't cast stuff on our turn, we really don't care if, this would be good against many opponents. Oh, you have a counter spell. If we've somehow resolved Miro, doesn't matter. You're not casting anything, activating anything, you're just dying. Ghalta drops, boom, and you just have to witness that destruction. Miro could reasonably be part of the batch of creatures that Ghalta Stampede Tyrant puts on the battlefield. If that happens, it's too late. Maybe the opponent is waiting to see all the creatures Ghalta puts out. We would only surprise the opponent once with this, and then they know, oh shoot, I have to do something before Miro lands, because once it lands, it's too late, it's over, not a single thing they can do. Silence could be good. I think it is only non-creatures, and a lot of the stuff that they have is creature-based. They couldn't cast Deafening Silence, or just Silence. I think just Silence is maybe one spell. Of course, it could be High Noon, which makes each player only able to cast one spell a turn. Of course, I would try to cast Ghalta. The opponent would cast their one spell, stopping it, and then that would stop everything. But each player can't cast more than one non-creature spell. Oh, it doesn't. Okay. I don't know that it's legal in Explorer. There's a bunch of silence stuff, so I do get mixed up with that. Orim's Chant. Yes, I know Orim's Chant. We'll go not collected and we'll see. Yeah. Silence. Not yet. I think it might be reprinted in the Foundation set, the new core set that's coming up. I think kind of at the end of the year. It might be the end of the year. Or it might be next year. But yeah, if they can cast less stuff or that sort of thing. Yeah, I guess Silence isn't. I kind of assumed Silence was. Orim's Chant is, I think. Not an Explorer. You know what, we'll go out of this. I can only see Explorer legal cards, so we just go to Collection and go not collected. I'm kind of curious. We'll get back to at least one match coming up after we check if Silence is on here. I think I saw Orim's Chant. It is just good to, familiarize yourself with stuff that would hurt that deck in particular. Silence? No, doesn't look like Silence. Let's try Orim's. Orim. There we go. Orim's Chant is on Arena and not Silence. Orim's Chant printed in Modern Horizons 3, which is, pretty cool. It wasn't legal in Modern previous to Modern Horizons 3, but yeah. Target player can't cast spells this turn. Ooh, lovely. And if it's kick, creatures can't attack. Come on, print it. Do it. You know you wanna. That would be nice. Really, if you can just cast one thing that forces them to do something. It's not like they're gonna have 6 mana to be able to cast 2 Aven Interrupters. There's a very good chance, you know, as it often happens, I'm left with 1 extra mana. I could spend 1 white and still be left with 7 or 8 able to go with Ghalta. Either they let this happen and then they can't do anything, or they counter it and they spend their 1 spell a turn, the 1 Aven Interrupter, which achieves the same effect. They don't have really any mana left, I would imagine, and then I still do my thing. So that is also a good point. Is there something for 1 mana that would scare that particular opponent enough into a response? That's something also good to think about. There's nothing quite like Orim's Chant, but something. Instant speed for 1, and they got to do something to stop it. But if they do stop it, we'll still kill him. Think about that. I hadn't thought about that angle too much yet, but yeah. Make them spend that mana. And hope I don't face another one of those. Watch be another Azorius Control. Take me 48 minutes. Been going for an hour and 12 right now. Oh, that'll be... I don't think this is going to be Azorius. It's probably some sort of Golgari or mono black with that grist avatar. Oh, no, that's not going to do it. That's not going to do it. We can make that work. Keep Vaultborn, Ghalta, I could reach the mana there. Palani's Hatcher, maybe, but there's a good chance that with Vaultborn I'm going to reach 7 mana either before Palani's Hatcher or at the same time. So I might as well, you know, keep and maintain Vaultborn. I think it's ooh, okay. Thoughtseize. Golgari mid-range. That could be. As long as we go off with Sylvan Scrying, I'm feeling pretty happy. Maybe. Glissa. Graveyard Trespasser. Oh boy. Witch's Oven. Okay, we got the Cauldron Cat combo. Something like that. It's probably what it's going to be, but oh my goodness, folks. We got a Castle Garenbrig. Our land for the turn, Sylvan Scrying grabbing. Sunken? Technically, no. We don't have to grab Sunken. I think we do have enough time to go a little bit slower. Play Sunken next turn. Archdruids could grab and put another Sunken out. All of a sudden we're making 8. But grabbing Sunken instead and preserving Archdruid's Charm to possibly grab Ghalta's Stampede Tyrant might work out a little bit. Again, the deck is not super scary. Is this? No, that's not it's not Greasefang. Okay, no. Satyr Wavefinder, kind of makes sense for the cat combo. They want to get stuff in the graveyard. Possibly Yurga, who eats all. Eater of all. Whatever the name is. But it could change things quite a bit. We could top deck Ghalta Stampede Tyrant next turn, which would immediately mean that Archdruid is going to search and put another Sunken out. We'll use it for that, because then we would be making 8 on turn 5 with that Stomping Ground. It would be nice to play Carnage Tyrant next turn. We're able to make 6, but it's probably going to be Archdruid to search for some other land. Kind of wish I had Commercial District. If that's my land for the turn, it is kind of nice to surveil and see if, oh, there you go. Yeah, that's not fun. Yeah, oh boy. Sacking a bunch of stuff. Yurga's getting big. We basically need Carnage Tyrant now at this point. Okay. I gotta say, I don't remember the last time I faced a cat food combo. All we need is Pithing Needle, which I I don't have Pithing Needle in my sideboard. Pyroclasm doesn't do a whole lot against this deck either. But yeah, Pithing Needle, you name Cauldron Familiar, it can't activate itself or do its ability to do stuff, and but we won't be doing much stuff because we will be dying straight up to Yurga. Okay. Huh. I mean, I do like Hornet Queen. All the Death Touchers straight up trading with Yurga if they get there. Tranquil Frillback doesn't do a whole lot. Of course, we could exile the graveyard, but they would just bring their cat back in response before the graveyard exile from Tranquil Frillback resolves. They have the opportunity to respond to it, which usually that's how it happens. We could take out... Oh. Yeah, I like that. You know what? Trim one T-Rex, bring in one Ghalta. They don't have a whole lot of removal. They mostly focus on their own thing, which is kind of nice for a change. Of course, the thing they do is not very nice, but yeah, if you have Pithing Needle, you name Cauldron Familiar with the first Pithing Needle. Any future Pithing Needles, you just name whatever feels right in the moment. That hand definitely feels right. Get that Regisaur to the bottom. Again, I don't expect Toxies. It is a possibility. Might as well get that Sheltered Thicket. Oh, okay. Was a little bit worried there for a second. Start off with Commune. It could be Sunken, one of the top 5. Fortunately not, but hey, look, we're going to be making 3 on turn 3 for Archdruids to grab the Sunken. I could draw a Sunken as well. Ooh, just a bunch of dorks. I like it. Not the worst thing in the world. Hopefully I do make 7 next turn for Hornet Queen. I would have to draw a land that enters untapped, but there's that Scavenger's Talent. Scary stuff. They're dinging me. Ouch. If I draw a Sunken Citadel, it could be mostly over. We're putting one out, and then if I play one for the turn, I would be making 8 on turn 5. Oh!
Good Lord, what is happening in there?
There we go. 8 mana, turn 5. Let's go. Hashtag pre-recorded. Yeah. They don't have anything in their graveyard. No cat on the battlefield. It looks pretty good. If we draw something that gives everybody haste, they are dead next turn, and I have 8 things that give everybody haste. 4 Regisaur, 4 Palani's Hatchers, so it's a reasonable possibility. That is something. Also something. I think we should have a pretty good chance. They only have 1 card left, so they might just scoop here. Surprise. Ooh. I'm so glad I kept that Ghalta. Tyrranax Rex, probably would have been good too, but like I mentioned, we should be good. We'll see what they do. See who blocks who. Might as well get rid of possibly the Bristleblood Farmer plus the Woe Strider. They might take advantage of that opportunity. Oh, nuts. All the damage continues on through. Oh, shoot. With Trample. Yeah, that's how it works. They still take 7. It didn't really matter either way. Maybe they thought they were going to stop themselves from taking damage. I don't know. Maybe they knew that's how Trample worked with block creatures. Okay, could be bad. They got a Yurga. They don't have a Cauldron Familiar. And they don't even have 1 yet. They have to get 2 Cauldron Familiars to basically win, which could be difficult. Cross your fingers, cross your claws. As long as they don't get 2 Cauldron Familiars milled into the graveyard, which is a possibility with Woe Strider there and the Scavenger's Talent ability. they've leveled it up, so whenever they sacrifice a permanent, target player mills 2 cards, they're going to do that to themselves. And they're going to dig because they have one chance. They have to win this turn. 3 queens all at once, yes. Yes, it's a match made in heaven, absolutely. This would be a royal win. That's all right. A little bit late, I know. Some of you used to me not doing this for quite a few days, so it's understandable. And some of you probably asleep right about now. Okay, could be rough. Keep it one cat. Come on, you can do it. I think there's a good chance they're going to get Cauldron Familiar. Probably. Hopefully not. We're just watching that graveyard. Don't get another Cauldron Familiar. Still one. They hit 2. 100%. We're done. Oh boy. I'm doing pretty good. Hopefully you're doing good. Hopefully everybody's doing as good as possible. If you're just joining right now. Oh, they're milling me. Why are they milling me? Odd. A little. Don't have another cat. They don't have another cat. Oh, they got another cat. Okay, no. We're done. Maybe the opponent somehow misses it. Good game. Ooh, yeah. That's how the cat food combo works. Sometimes you don't have something against them, and sometimes you do. And then they'll get Yurga from the graveyard when they level up Scavenger's Talent once again with the mana that they have right now. Level it up and win. Yeah, maybe let them play through it a little bit just for everybody who is, if you're unfamiliar with the deck, which I think that's pretty common at this point. Most of us have either used it or we've faced it. Oh boy. I have to assume we're dead, but you never know. Maybe we get lucky. Maybe they misclick and don't grab Yurga. Technically, that's good. They only have one creature. They can't make a food. I think we did it, folks. They can't make a food. This is it. They're dead. Oh my. I'm glad I stuck with that. I was about to concede, I got to admit. Man. The slight goof on their part. If we go back and read Scavenger's Talent, at the beginning of your end step, you may sacrifice 3 other non-land permanents. They goofed up by not sacrificing... Where is it? Get that card out of the way. Okay. Wish it would go away. But they could have sacrificed the Witch's Oven, leaving behind one of those 3 creatures that they sacrificed. But then they would have had a food with that last creature plus Yurga. They would have been able to cycle both cats and they would have won. So they did miss it, just barely. It's not creatures. Non-land permanents. That Witch's Oven could have gone away. Fortunately, we got the job done. Tranquil Frillback, though, taking out enchantments. Pretty good. If we get rid of Scavenger's Talent, they're potentially not going to be getting Yurga back. I got to admit, that would be nice. We'll still keep the Hornet Queen, I think. I like that. Do I like Back to Nature as well? Maybe. Also Pyroclasm. A lot of the creatures that they sacrifice are tiny, so if they don't have any, could also help a little bit. Perhaps. I think Scavenger's Talent really is the painful thing, though. Trim a couple Hornet Queens. Two Back to Natures. We got 5 things in total to take out enchantments. I like the sounds of that. Okay. Phew. Here we go. Just got to do that again. Oh boy, we might be doing that again. Scavenger's Talent is no more. You better have ways to hard cast Yurga. Oh boy. I love it. Sylvan Scrying going to grab Castle Garenbrig. Turn 2. Nothing crazy out. They don't have any enchantments, so it doesn't make sense to hold up 2 mana for Back to Nature. We got to use Sylvan Scrying at some point, and this seems like a perfect moment. Able to make 7 quite nicely. 7, 8. 8. If we draw Ghalta next turn or the turn after, they're dead. We've got Cavern of Souls. We're going to make 8 on turn 4. That's what I'm getting at. Which decks are meta on Explorer? This deck is pretty meta. I would say so. Azorius Control as well has gained in popularity. Mono black demons, also quite scary. Yeah. Oh. Nothing super scary. The scariest 2 decks were banned kind of recently, I guess. It is so tempting to maybe grab Ghalta, but no, it's got to be Sunken. We'll get to 8. It's going to be great. We'll just unlock the full potential. We get Ghalta, they're dead. Could happen. Well, it's not Ghalta, but of course Vaultborn Tyrant is basically the best thing. Gain life, draw, get closer to the thing that is going to finish off this opponent. Beautiful. I think we got a decent chance, at least stabilizing a little bit with Vaultborn Tyrant there. Should help us out. Okay, yeah, fine by me. Give me another copy. Good. Gain more life, draw a card, and get even closer to you-know-who, the Queen. I don't know. I like the meta. It's interesting. Make sure we use up Castle Garenbrig properly. I might play Tranquil Frillback. We would have 1 green left over. I just want to get as much life gain, as much card draw, that sort of thing. Tranquil Frillback doesn't make a whole lot of sense at this moment. I guess might as well gain some life. Can't hurt. Could be good. Should I get rid of the graveyard? Might as well. Just in case they were maybe gonna bring stuff back or something. Yeah, we can look at Skyfish or Spider. 2 in a black and a green reach. When it enters, they may sacrifice another creature. This opponent has lots of creatures. When they do, they destroy a non-land permanent. And then when it dies, they gain a life for each creature card in their graveyard. This deck mills a lot, so when this dies, they could be gaining quite a bit of life. But yeah, for the most part, I'm not super worried about him. A little bit of aggression. I want to maintain Vaultborn Tyrant 100%, especially because it's now the copy of Vaultborn, and they would likely double block to take it out. I want to gain the life and draw cards and whatnot. Yeah, it's not bad. Ooh. Yurga is bad. So they win on the spot. That's not fun. They cycle Cauldron Familiars, and we die. We just die. That's how the cat combo works. But if we had Pithing Needle, that would not have happened. We named Cauldron Familiar, and they're left sitting there quite nicely. Yeah. Rough stuff. I know how to beat it. I know what to do. Nothing is super surprising with that deck. But midnight, exactly. On the dot, 12 a.m. I think we'll leave it there for now, and I think it was a good night all around. Fantastic. I had a lovely time back at it. Hopefully you guys did, watching right now, later on, whenever it is. Maybe don't leave home without Pithing Needle. Something against the cat combo or that pesky Selesnya deck. It's not too bad. I know how to beat it. Hopefully you guys do as well. If you didn't already, bring the pain. I'm going to continue to bring the pain to that stuff and whatever I face. So have a good night, a good morning, evening, afternoon, whenever it is. Yes, have a nice sleep. Peace.
Grant me revenge.
And if you do not listen,
Then the hell with